I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And as always, go Panthers.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Congratulations to the class of 2020. I am looking forward to declaring all of you who make graduation requirements graduates of Seminole County Public Schools. I know the pandemic has caused this to be a most challenging and disappointing way to end your senior year. But I have to say, I've been impressed with all the creative ways you celebrated your 13 years of hard work. Please know that your principals, school administrators, and teachers have worked tirelessly to make this year as special as possible. With an alternate prom, alternate graduation, and even a virtual graduation date. How about lighting up your football fields and all the parades to recognize you? Please know that I am very proud of you and wish you well for a great future and a life filled with happiness. Find your passion, make a difference, and enjoy the next stage of your life. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Hello, I'm Tina Calderon, a proud Seminole County School Board member, and I would like to congratulate the class of 2020 from Crooms Academy of Information Technology. I offer all of you good wishes as you move on from Seminole County Public Schools and hope that all of your dreams come true. At this time, it is my privilege to introduce the phenomenal Dr. Brandon Hanshaw, principal of Crooms Academy.
On behalf of all of us at Crooms Academy of Information Technology, welcome to our ceremony honoring the class of 2020. I'd like to thank School Board member Dr. Tina Calderon and Superintendent of Seminole County Public Schools, Dr. Walt Griffin, for their warm welcome. I'd like to also acknowledge and thank Assistant Principals Ms. Brittany Campbell and Ms. Mariette Hero, along with Crooms Academy Teacher of the Year, Ms. Jessie Chatlos, and our Employee of the Year, Ms. Taylor Decaro, for their service to our Academy. I'd like to also acknowledge our Student Services team, Dr. Vince Geigel, Ms. Jeanette Malone, and Ms. Adriana Teague, as well as our exceptional senior class sponsor, Ms. Brandy Blaine. A special salute goes out to chemistry teacher, Dr. Jean McKennis, who will retire following 14 years of service to the students and faculty of Crooms Academy of Information Technology. And to our instructional staff, on behalf of the class of 2020, our parents and our school community, I thank you for your hard work, support, and leadership. Most importantly, graduates, I ask you to join me in recognizing your parents, family, and friends for their support and encouragement over the years that led to this achievement we are here today to celebrate. And finally, to the Crooms Academy Class of 2020, congratulations! You are a remarkable and close-knit group of 130, and I'm thrilled to share this moment with each of you. Today, we virtually gather to celebrate your commencement from the Crooms Academy of Information Technology. As of today, June 9th, and this recording, we are still in the hopes that we will gather in a traditional commencement ceremony at the Karen Coleman Auditorium at Seminole High School on July 18th. Nothing would please me more than to celebrate your achievements at the auditorium named after a former principal of our academy. If anything, we've learned over the last 4 months this precious world of ours is fragile and nothing is certain. I cannot guarantee we will gather on July 18th as much as I would like to. I think the global events of the last 4 months and your personal experiences have taught you to understand this truth, among many others. Our lives, our society, and our democracy, and indeed our planet, are fragile, and nothing is certain. While coming of age, you have learned to take absolutely nothing for granted. I want to take you back for a moment to 1993. I was your age, just completing 13 years of public education. My graduating class gathered at the old Orlando Arena for our traditional commencement ceremony. Just like you, I had seen so many movies and television shows that glorified this rite of passage. Although I only vaguely recall, the ceremony started with a traditional procession of graduates in cap and gown to the familiar sounds of pomp and circumstance, followed by the principal's address and student speakers. I wish I could say it. I've carried some wisdom with me to this day that was shared by my principal or one of the speakers, but that's just not the case. I do, however, vividly remember the feeling of excitement, nervousness, and anticipation as I waited my turn to walk across the stage. I'd imagined that moment in my mind for years, and especially over the few months preceding. I saw the graduates in front of me. Their name was called, and they took that glorious walk to shake the principal's hand and accept their diploma. Finally, after all the years, my name was called. I walked up to the principal, eagerly awaiting to hear what profound proverb or congratulatory message he saved just for me. I'll never forget, as I reached for his hand, and as he grasped mine, he said, "Go to your right." I was confused. That's not at all what I had anticipated. I was expecting this life-changing event, a statement that would catapult me into adulthood, and instead I was told which direction to walk off the stage. My graduation ceremony was common, much like every graduating class before and after. The one enduring memory is one of confusion and disillusionment. Your commencement, on the other hand, is far from common. The class of 2020 has often been referred as the class with vision. With 2020 vision, you clearly see this world for all its beauty and, yes, all its flaws. Let that vision sharpen you and build your capacity to persevere through life's most difficult challenges. Do not allow your newfound sight to jade you. Instead, in a world of uncertainty, be certain our community, country, and planet need your graduating class's empathy, understanding, mutual respect, and love for one another now more than ever. The generations before you need you, the class with vision, to lead us from the darkness of a global pandemic and racial tension to a community of health, wellness, and social justice. No, your commencement is not like others before or probably after. Your graduation is unique and will be recorded in history forever. In the current events of the day, it is critical for us to recognize that 94 years ago, an African-American man by the name of Dr. Joseph Crooms founded our academy with courage and the spirit of innovation to provide African-American children of Seminole County access to an education that included the arts and sciences for the first time. 9 decades later, I feel confident you have and will continue to honor his legacy with dignity and grace. Many of you took the historic drive to the Crooms family home at 812 South Sanford Avenue to reenact the senior portrait first established in 1929. Dr. Crooms posed with the senior class in front of his house, and all these years later, we stood together on those same steps to celebrate our present and honor our past. Always remember our rich history and that we have been lifted by Dr. Crooms, his wife and partner Wealthy Crooms, and the historic alumni of our academy. Crooms Academy, class of 2020, today we celebrate your tremendous accomplishments and clear vision for the future. But as we all know, this shared moment started with a choice. Robert Frost reflected a similar choice many years ago as two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Either attend your neighborhood high school or travel daily to the heart of Goldsboro to attend our Academy of Information Technology. You shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and you chose the Crooms Academy, and that has made all the difference. Congratulations.
Good morning to Crooms parents, faculty, families, and most importantly, the class of 2020. It is my honor as salutatorian to address everyone watching today and whenever, since this was pre-recorded. To the class of 2020, we are finally finished with the grueling journey that is high school. We worked through every semester exam, every AP exam, and every final exam together. Throughout these 4 years, each and every one of us has worked hard and never gave up in the face of adversity. Back in 8th grade, when we were choosing what high schools we were going to go to, my friends and I all decided we would go to Crooms. But entrance to Crooms was lottery-based, so it was possible that some of us could go and some of us couldn't. As luck would have it, each of them started getting letters saying they were admitted, while I got a letter placing me on the waiting list. So I was stuck at Seminole High School for my freshman year, while all my friends went to Crooms. However, I didn't just give up on Crooms and stay at Seminole. I pushed through freshman year and got good grades so I could go to what was at the time and still is my dream school. And now 3 years later, look at where I am, graduating with the Crooms class of 2020. My message to the class of 2020 is that even though we're closing the book of high school, we're opening a new book, whether it be college, the workforce, or the military. Just because the future is uncertain does not mean we should cower away and give up. Especially now with the pandemic, our future is more uncertain than ever. Our livelihoods are definitely going to change due to it. Our college experience is going to change. Our entrance to the workforce is going to change. Plenty will change, but we should be the ones who set the example as we and society recover. Finally, I'd like to thank those that helped me through my years of high school. Thank you to my parents who always pushed me forward when I was down. Thank you to my teachers for teaching me to work hard. Thank you to my counselors for guiding me and giving me advice through high school. And finally, thank you to my friends who always encouraged me to work hard. And thank you for being my friends. I could not have gone through high school without you guys. Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to begin my speech by giving credit where credit is due. I want to thank the teachers and the administrators at Crooms that work so hard to support the students and everything that they do. I want to thank my parents and my family for being there to support me. But most importantly, I want to thank my classmates, the graduating class of 2020, for making my 4 years at Crooms so memorable. Now, it's a small school, so there's not a lot of us, but I feel like it's because of that we were able to develop such a tight-knit community, and I was able to get to know so many of you, so thank you for that. But remember that today is your day, you're graduating, and it was your hard work and dedication that earned you a spot in the graduating class, so you should make sure to be proud of yourselves for that. Now, it's an honor to be speaking at graduation, but I also find it a little bit ironic because, I'm the same age as you guys. I'm your classmate. I don't have any hidden wisdom that I'm holding out, but I will try to speak on my own thoughts, my own experiences, in order to share with you some of the ways that I find best work for looking towards the future and moving forward. But keep in mind that different things work for different people, so you should find what works for you. But for me, I personally find setting goals very important. So basically, when I'm met with a new challenge or a new task to complete, I try to break it down into tinier goals that seem a little bit more manageable. And basically, by breaking down larger tasks, you're able to accomplish them one step at a time rather than overloading yourself. But another thing that I find important is to sometimes set goals that seem unattainable at first and that force you to work hard and really push yourself, because you'll oftentimes find that it's more rewarding when you aim high and fail rather than aim low and succeed. Which brings me into my next point, expecting failure. Now, when you set out to start something, you shouldn't believe that you will fail, because it's like Henry Ford said. If you believe that you can do a thing or you believe you can't, you're right. And that's true. If you set out believing that you can do something, you most likely can. 95% of the time. The issue is you're a human and humans make mistakes. That's inescapable. It happens. But it's important that you're able to step back and look at your mistakes without being discouraged. Because being able to step back and learn from your own mistakes is one of the best ways to improve at anything you do, really. So even if you feel entirely prepared to move forward, it can be scary, especially in the world we live in today. But you don't have to be the person that ends global warming or the person that cures COVID-19. But you should strive to be a better person each and every day. So looking forward can be a bit intimidating because, no one really knows what the future holds, but it's also exciting for that same reason. The future is whatever you make of it. It's not set in stone, it's whatever you want to do. So, whether you chose to go to college or to trade school or join the military or go right into the workforce, it's undeniable that our lives are going to change fairly drastically in the future. But what won't change is the fact that we have always met our challenges head on and that we have the drive and ambition to succeed. And knowing all of you, I believe that all of you have the potential to do great things. So congratulations, class of 2020.
Dear old Crooms Academy, the pride of all the land, may the name of Crooms be heralded in every foreign land. To thee we'll sing and always praise, to thee we'll always stand. To thee we'll sing and always praise, our alma mater dear. In the good old summertime, midst pleasure and good cheer, we'll sing a song with spirit tied to our alma mater dear. May her sons and daughters stand forever true to dear old Crooms Academy, the orange and maroon. Now when our students' days are o'er and we from school must go, true womanhood and manhood we'll always try to show. We'll fight for thee and strive for thee, we'll honor and adore. We'll live for thee and toil until we reach the golden shore.
and welcome to my peers, my colleagues, and to my friends to, at long last, our 2020 graduation. I stand before you all, both excited and a little bit relieved as your senior class president, ready to continue on to this next phase of our lives together, even if we are far apart. In the next few moments, your names will be called and they'll flash across the screen, and you'll receive some virtual handshakes. Maybe you can high-five your parents. In one way or another, you'll get your diploma. A piece of paper that in many ways bookends your lives as a student and signifies your transition into adulthood. I would like for you to entertain, however, that in many ways what really signifies this transition is what we all have already done together as students and to as friends. From when we came as nervous freshmen, excited to load our laptops up with games, to sophomores stressing out over bagpipes and late work while inexplicably playing flash games in the back of the classroom, to juniors deciding whether to take a traditional high school route or to take an accelerated dual enrollment path, leaving some of our friends behind, to seniors fretting over SAT scores and scholarships, and now as soon-to-be graduates wondering, what the heck do we do next? Whether you decide to attend a university or go right into work, or attend a technical or trade school, or decide to join the armed forces and to protect our country and our Constitution, sorry. I say this is the hardest decision we have yet to make, but we mustn't forget the amazing people who have helped us along the way. From the amazing teachers who taught us math and English like Dr. Kurtz and Dr. Jensen, to those teachers and faculty like Mrs. Alper and Mrs. Bundrick, who have used their clubs and programs to help build our characters into what they are now. And most importantly, we can't forget our amazing parents and loved ones who have helped us along the way and are ready, in some ways, to finally send us off into the real world, while forever remaining by our side. We are all products of our own hard work and dedication, but it's hard to say what we would have done without the help of these amazing folks. So when you receive that piece of paper, please remember that is because of your own hard work, dedication, tireless effort, as well as a community of loved ones who have helped us all along the way that have helped to make us into the adults that we are today. We grew up together in an increasingly turbulent world, yet we prevailed. We have stood together through numerous tragedies, and we all know that much is needed to change in this world. And I believe that we all have the power to build a world that we still believe in. And all we have to do is stand together, even if right now we must stand a little far apart. And finally, before I turn you over, I wanted to say thank you for all the laughs that we have and the times that we have shared together. While it may have ended not as clean as we would have liked, we all got through it together. Old friendships were strengthened and new ones were formed, and the bonds that we created along the way will last us all a lifetime. Thank you. And as always, go Panthers.
Nicholas Anthony Hoban. Joseph Robert Ortiz Feeder. Nathan Wyatt Curry. Brianna Faith Marciano. Anthony J. Singletary.
I just want to thank everyone who's helped me get this far, from my sister Amanda to my brother Ray, to everyone I've met along the way. I love you all, and go Knights.
Sarah Hassan. Khalil Simon Oxborough. Morgan Lindsay Stevens. Joshua Michael Pasciuto. Grant Alexander Ellington.
I just want to say thank you to my mom, my dad, and the rest of my family. I love you all. Go Panthers. Congrats to all the other grads. And thank you to all the teachers who helped me along the way.
Sarah Ahmed. Hugh Andreas Anderson. William Henry Brab. Alyssa Marie Brown. Daniel William Bryan. Noreen Chua Caballero. Brendan James Caldwell. Ryan Stafford Carpenter. Arlen M. Castillo Beato, Cade Patrick Simo, Cameron Clay, Christopher Stephen Coppage, Nathaniel L. Cordero, Princess Marnie Cotas, Corey Creech, Kristen Ayalde Crisostomo, Eliana Raquel Damasi,
Follow your dreams. Do what makes you happy.
Kevin DeMax, Preston Michael Drake, Jeffrey Emile Dumas, Cameron Cruz Durance, Alyssa Kathleen Elliott, Kenta Festag, Ava E. Fields, Jonathan David Fitzpatrick,
Hello, my name is Jonathan Fitzpatrick. I want to thank my friends, family, teachers, and guidance counselor for helping me, supporting me in my 4 years of high school.
Brett Nathaniel Ford, Brandon Michael Gaines, Ulysses A. Garden, Nicholas James Garustos, David Lewis Gerson, Joseph Ryan Giampetro, Patrick Douglas Gildea, Alexander D. Givens, Zachary Taylor Givens, Jay Goer, Dylan Tanner Green, Daniel Riley Grebe, Gabriel William Hansen, Austin Theodore Hardy, Dominic Harrison, Ajamu Mensa Hart Sizer, Cameron Frank Hayward, Hunter Ridings Heald, Colin Hedge, Ayad Arhanawi, Brandon Marshall Hennon, Paul Bailey Hepburn, Bradley Edward Hurdle, Jack Raymond Herzog, Joshua Daniel House, Remington Achilles Hoyt, Gabrielle Aaron Huffman, Nicholas L. Hussien, Huang Man Nguyen, Jarrett Edward Jenner, Jaheim Lemuel Johnson. Alexandria Joy Jolly. Jordan Daniel Kane. Kyle Courtney Kazembe. Vaughn Jones Kelly. Alexander Richard Nispel. Caroline Noel Kruger. Joshua Nathan Lawrence. Caden Robin D. Lay. Richard Emil Lias II. Judah Aaron Libera. Fabian E. Lizardi. Christopher Joseph Loso. Adrian Moises Martinez. Alejandro David Martinez. Ashante Sune Amil Matthews. Brendan Kim Miller. Maximilian Alexander Moody. Kalia One Moore. Jason Doyle Moorhead. Adam Moden. Braden Deontay Mouton. Emily R. Murdoch. Antonio L. Navarrete Maxwell. Richard Joseph Nooney. Peter Nunn. Christopher C. Onyuke.
Crooms Panthers, thank you for the laugh, thank you for the loves, thank you for the countless memories. The sky's our limit, now let's go out there and do something.
Hector Giovanni Oquendo Guardiola. Micah Ronald Patrick. Justin John Paler. Gregory Joseph Petrick. Philip Hans Pulley. Jorge Andres Quiles Monge. Sebastian Andres Quintero Valdez. Brianna Jolie Reisner. Charles Daniel Reimer. Jorge R. Ribby. Madison Patricia Richmond. Christian J. Rosado. Clarice Najeli Santana Diaz. Mason Jonathan Savateri. Thomas J. Schaefer. Alec Carlton Schoenick. Avery Alexis Shauni. Joseph William Silva. Adrian Andres Sakaris. Joshua Soriano. Cooper W. Stevens. Christian M. Sullivan. Holden C. Swanson.
Hey, Mom and Dad. I'd like to thank you and everyone else that was able to support me through this. Thank you very much. This is the greatest achievement that I got.
Sawyer Alexander Thornley. Neftali Torres. Louis Hing Tran. Kevin Thomas Trapani. Christopher Alexis Velez Molinari. Sean West. Julietta Simone Wetzel. Wesley Whitworth. Jolise S. Wolcott.
Thank you everyone who's had my back all these years, and congratulations to all the graduates.
Daniel Adrian Woody. Peyton Jordan Worthy. Ethan Wright. Tyler Lee Young. Angelina Rose Zavaleta. David M. Zeiger.
Congratulations.